The Philadelphia Eagles fan base just got hit with a triple shot of amazing news. And if you're like most Birds fans out there, you're probably buzzing with excitement right now. The regular season is almost here, and after months of uncertainty, it finally feels like the pieces are falling into place for this team to make serious noise in 2025. We've got roster questions being answered, rookies stepping up in a big way, and a defense that looks like it's starting to take shape under Vic Fangio. Let's start with the biggest headline coming out of this past weekend. Andrew Mukuba, the second-round pick out of Texas, just threw his name into the hat for starting safety in the most dramatic way possible. Saturday's preseason game against the Browns may have been tough to watch overall, but Mukuba delivered the kind of highlight that makes you pause, rewind, and watch again. A 75-yard pick six that didn't just show off his speed. It showed off his football IQ, instincts, and that natural ball-hawking ability that the Eagles desperately needed to replace when they traded away C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That play, on its own, would have been enough to turn heads. But when you add in everything else he did in that game, the guy was on fire. He didn't play in the preseason opener because of a shoulder issue, but once the medical staff cleared him, he wasted zero time making a statement. 95.7 grade from Pro Football Focus. Quarterbacks had a passer rating of just 15.3 when throwing his way. He recovered a fumble, didn't miss a single tackle. That a nearly flawless game for a rookie stepping into live NFL action for the first time. And Fangio, an old-school guy who values discipline and smart football, definitely took notice. Come Monday, Mukuba was out there with a first-team defense. That's no coincidence. The thing is, this isn't just about one big game. Mukuba has been trending in this direction since his college days. At Texas, he was a force, 11 pass breakups, 5 interceptions, and a lowest passer rating allowed by any safety in college football. He's not just athletic. He's a film rat. He diagnoses plays like a veteran. And on that pick six, you could see all of that on display. Pre-snap, he reads the formation. He sees Gabriel eyeing the short route after the deep option gets taken away. And without hesitation, he jumps it. He tracks the ball, slips through traffic like a seasoned pro, and then takes it to the house. That's not luck. That's preparation meeting opportunity. Now, let's not completely dismiss Sidney Brown here. He's still a really valuable piece on this defense. He brings that physical edge, hits like a truck, and has carved out a solid role on special teams. But between the two, Mukuba seems to offer a little more on the back end. The range, the anticipation, the ability to create takeaways. Those are traits you can't teach. And when you look at what the Eagles lost in Gardner-Johnson, it makes sense why Mukuba might be the guy who steps up to fill that void. If I had to guess today, I'd say he's the starter come week 1. And that brings us to the second big development, Jihaad Campbell. Another rookie who's making serious waves in training camp and now getting a shot to run with the first team. On Monday, we finally got to see what many fans have been waiting for, Jihaad Campbell lining up next to Zach Bond in team drills. That's a potential linebacker duo that could wreak havoc in 2025. Both of these guys bring that modern linebacker skill set. They can blitz. They can cover. They can stop the run. They're versatile, they're athletic, and they can move sideline to sideline with ease. That's the kind of flexibility Vic Fangio loves. Campbell, in particular, is flashing the upside that made him a first-round pick. The moment he steps on the field, you feel his presence. First play of the preseason opener, immediate tackle, finishing the runner with authority. Second preseason game, Fangio sends him on a blitz, and he makes the quarterback pay. That's not just raw talent. That's scheme awareness, understanding your assignment, and delivering with confidence. It's exactly what you want to see from a guy you hope can be a defensive cornerstone. Now, some people might think this rise from Campbell is bad news for Jeremiah Trotter Jr., but that's not the case. Trotter has had a solid camp. He's led the team in tackles through both preseason games, and he's proven he can read and react quickly. But let's be real, there's a difference in upside. Trotter Jr. is consistent, smart, and dependable, qualities that absolutely have value on any NFL roster. But Jihaad Campbell is a freak athlete with star potential. He's the kind of player who can change the complexion of a defense with a single play. Let's not forget, Trotter was a 5th-round pick. Campbell was a first. That doesn't mean Trotter can't carve out a role. He absolutely can, but when you're building a defense that needs to reload quickly, you lean into your blue-chip talents. Campbell was widely regarded as the best off-ball linebacker in the draft, and the Eagles seem determined to fast-track his development. Vic Fangio is testing him early, giving him tough assignments, and Campbell is passing those tests with flying colors. And finally, the third piece of this triple good news trifecta, Jacorian Bennett. This was a sneaky good trade by Howie Roseman a couple of weeks ago, and it's already starting to pay off. Bennett brings a ton of speed, legit 4.3 speed, and while there were injury concerns during his first 2 years in the league, the talent has always been there. He's sticky in coverage, he's physical, and when healthy, he's one of the better young corners in the game. Against the Browns, Bennett played in 7 of the first 11 defensive series. That's a clear message from Fangio. We want to see what you've got. And Bennett responded. There was one play in particular that stood out, tracking a receiver across the field on a deep crosser and breaking up the pass with picture-perfect timing. That kind of speed and awareness is hard to coach. And what's even more encouraging is how quickly he seems to be adjusting to the Eagles' scheme. In joint practices, he struggled a bit early, gave up a touchdown on a similar route, but the improvement from practice to game day, that's exactly what you want to see in a young corner trying to earn a starting role. He also had a key tackle on a short underneath route, keeping the play to minimal yardage. That's the kind of technique and awareness that separates rotational players from starters. And with Khalil Ringo starting to slide down the depth chart and Adoree Jackson picking up more first-team reps, Bennett is in the perfect position to capitalize. He's already showing signs that he could be the answer opposite Quinyon Mitchell. And if he continues this trajectory, he might lock down that cornerback 2 spot sooner than anyone expected. Fangio is clearly not messing around when it comes to shaping this secondary. Cooper DeJean even got reps at outside corner in practice, though Fangio was quick to clarify that the plan isn't to move him there full time. They just wanted to see what he looked like in that spot, and that's smart coaching. Evaluate every option, test every scenario, and see which players rise to the occasion. So, when we talk about the Eagles heading into the 2025 season, we're no longer talking about a defense full of question marks. We're talking about young talent stepping up. We're talking about rookies with serious upside making plays, earning reps, and potentially claiming starting jobs. Mukuba at safety, Campbell at linebacker, Bennett at cornerback. These aren't just nice surprises. These are the kind of answers the Eagles needed as they look to replace over 4,000 snaps lost from last season's defense. With the season opener against the Cowboys at Lincoln Financial Field just around the corner, things are getting real. The Eagles are in the middle of reshaping this defense on the fly. And so far, it looks like they're doing it with some serious success. What makes all of this even more exciting is how quickly this young core seems to be adapting to Vic Fangio's system, which is notoriously complex and demanding. Fangio doesn't hand out starting reps as a courtesy. He makes players earn them through discipline, sharp football IQ, and consistent execution. So when you see rookies like Andrew Mukuba, Jahad Campbell, and Jacorian Bennett getting these opportunities so early in their careers, it tells you they're not just flashing potential. They're actually grasping the responsibilities of their roles and executing in a way that earns trust from the coaching staff. That's not easy to do, especially for defenders being thrown into a new system with high expectations and limited time to prepare. With Mukuba, it's more than just a one-play highlight reel. It's his understanding of how to read a quarterback's eyes, his ability to pass off routes in zone coverage, and the confidence to jump routes without hesitation. Those are things that don't show up in stat sheets the same way a pick six does, but they're crucial when you're trying to anchor the back end of secondary that lost a proven playmaker like C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You can see Mukuba's communication on the field, pointing out adjustments, signaling to corners, helping to align the defense. For a rookie in his first full-speed NFL action, that's impressive. He looks like a guy who isn't overwhelmed by the speed of the game, and that alone sets him apart. And it's not just a best of a bad bunch situation. The safety room has competition. Sidney Brown has shown he can be a physical enforcer, and there's room for that kind of player in this defense. The Eagles could even look at mixing in some three-safety looks if Fangio sees value in rotating Mukuba and Brown together. But from the outside looking in, Mukuba's versatility and ball skills seem to make him the more complete player at this stage. He gives the defense a better chance to generate takeaways, something this team struggled with down the stretch last year. And when you're trying to flip momentum in a divisional battle or seal a playoff berth late in the season, you need safeties who can change a game in an instant. Then there's Jahad Campbell, who might just be the most physically gifted linebacker the Eagles have drafted in over a decade. The explosiveness he plays with jumps off the screen. You watch the tape, and he's flying around the field, closing in on ball carriers, slipping past blockers, and dropping back into coverage with the kind of fluidity you just don't see from most inside linebackers. His development has been fast, maybe even faster than the Eagles anticipated, but it's clear they're not holding him back. Fangio has put a lot on his plate, and Campbell has responded by making the kind of impact plays that earn you a real shot at a starting role. He's also bringing a little bit of swagger to that position, which has been missing for a while in Philly. This isn't a plug-and-play linebacker who's just out there filling space. He's a guy who wants to hit, who plays downhill, who embraces the pressure of big moments. And when you pair that with someone like Zach Bond, who has that hybrid linebacker pass rusher skill set, suddenly you've got a duo that can disguise blitzes, cover tight ends, and take away the short to intermediate game, all without having to sub in specialty players every down. That gives Fangio so much flexibility in terms of play calling. He can send pressure from different angles, drop defenders into unexpected zones, and keep offenses guessing from the first snap to the final whistle. What also stands out is how quickly Campbell is earning the respect of his teammates. You see him on the sideline, constantly talking to vets, asking questions, soaking up knowledge. That matters. That tells you he's not just relying on raw athleticism. He's mentally locked in, trying to grow every day. And that kind of mindset, when paired with elite physical tools, is usually what separates good rookies from future stars. There's still going to be a learning curve, of course. He'll get beat on some plays. He'll miss a gap read here and there. But the important thing is that he bounces back quickly, and so far he's doing just that. Every mistake becomes a lesson, and you can see the improvement from one practice to the next, from one game to the next. Now, when you add Jacorian Bennett to this conversation, it starts to feel like this Eagles defense isn't just reloading, it's evolving. Bennett wasn't a headline-grabbing move at the time, but the more you watch him, the more it looks like Howie Roseman might have landed another under-the-radar gem. And what's so encouraging is that Bennett's not just being thrown out there to see what he can do. He's being deliberately tested by the staff. Vic Fangio clearly wants to challenge him, to push him into tough matchups, and to see how he responds. That's the only way to find out if a player has starting caliber potential. And right now, Bennett is answering the call. He's learning the system fast. He's been targeted in games and joint practices, and instead of shrinking, he's stepped up. You can see the confidence building. That long cross-field chase where he broke up the pass, that doesn't just show speed, it shows commitment. It shows a player who refuses to give up on a route, who stays locked in and finishes the play. And when you go back and watch his college film, you see similar traits. He's not the biggest corner, but he's physical, he's twitchy, and he has a good sense of timing when it comes to making plays on the ball. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The Philadelphia Eagles shook the sports world with an announcement that has sent shockwaves through both fans and analysts alike. Odell Beckham Jr., a name synonymous with jaw-dropping catches and electrifying plays, has officially joined the Eagles roster, and the reaction has been nothing short of frenzied. Social media platforms erupted almost instantaneously after the news broke, with hashtags trending nationwide as fans expressed disbelief, excitement, and anticipation for what Beckham's presence could mean for the franchise. Rumors have been circulating for weeks, speculating about potential trades and free agent signings, but few expected the Eagles to secure a player of such caliber so decisively. Analysts have begun dissecting the potential impact on the team's offensive strategy, imagining schemes that maximize Beckham's elite skill set. The chatter in sports talk shows, fan forums, and even casual conversations in Philadelphia has reached a fever pitch as supporters debate how quickly Beckham can adapt to a new playbook and teammates. Merchandise sales skyrocketed within hours, with jersey pre-orders flooding online stores, signaling a commercial boom tied directly to this high-profile acquisition. The combination of Beckham's star power and the Eagles' ambitious approach has created a palpable sense of anticipation, suggesting that this is more than just a roster move. It's a cultural moment in the NFL. Fans are buzzing with the possibility of championship contention fueled by Beckham's explosive presence, and the city itself seems electrified with a renewed sense of hope and expectation for the upcoming season. The streets, local bars, and sports hubs have been alive with speculation about Beckham's first touchdown in green and white, and every potential scenario for his debut is being debated endlessly. This signing is more than just a headline. It is a catalyst for discussions about team chemistry, quarterback dynamics, and the broader implications for the NFC East division, as rival teams now must reckon with a suddenly more formidable Eagles squad. Everyone from casual fans to seasoned sport journalists is weighing in, predicting the ways in which Beckham might reshape games, redefine expectations, and bring an entirely new energy to a franchise eager for prominence. The rumor mill has shifted into overdrive, and the excitement is almost tangible, as though the city itself is collectively holding its breath, waiting to witness the magic that Odell Beckham Jr. could unleash on the field. In the aftermath of the announcement, the Philadelphia Eagles organization has been meticulous in presenting Beckham's arrival as a strategic masterstroke. Yet whispers persist regarding the behind-the-scenes negotiations that led to such a significant acquisition. Sources close to the team suggest that the Eagles have been orchestrating this move for months, subtly navigating salary cap implications and exploring potential trade packages to ensure that Beckham's contract would fit seamlessly into the organization's long-term plans. Sports insiders hint at a complex web of discussions, meetings, and last-minute adjustments, creating a narrative that extends beyond the mere signing announcement. Fans, of course, are left to speculate about the subtle details, such as how the front office convinced Beckham to join a team that has been building toward greatness but has yet to secure recent postseason dominance. The local media has been inundated with inquiries from curious fans seeking every morsel of insider information, with reporters digging for hints about how the Eagles intend to leverage Beckham's skill set in their offensive schemes. Meanwhile, commentators have begun examining Beckham's potential impact on ticket sales, sponsorship deals, and local business engagement, as the arrival of a high-profile athlete often triggers a ripple effect that extends well beyond the stadium. Rumors of Beckham's influence on team culture and locker room dynamics have also emerged, with speculation about how his presence might inspire younger players, elevate practice intensity, and encourage heightened standards of performance. Social media analysis has revealed a surge in fan engagement, from memes celebrating Beckham's signature catches to animated debates about the best plays he might produce in Philadelphia's system. Even casual observers are joining the conversation, drawn in by the magnetic aura that Beckham exudes both on and off the field. The chatter around his signing has created a palpable energy in the city, with every conversation seemingly circling back to the question: what will Odell Beckham Jr. achieve in an Eagles uniform? And how quickly will he redefine expectations? As the days progress, the rumor mill continues to churn, and speculation about practice performances, preseason appearances, and potential breakout moments fuels an ongoing narrative that seems unstoppable. In essence, Beckham's signing has ignited a frenzy of imagination and expectation, a collective anticipation that makes the ordinary rhythms of the NFL season feel extraordinary in Philadelphia. The impact of Odell Beckham Jr.'s arrival extends beyond the locker room, permeating the fan experience in ways that are difficult to quantify, yet impossible to ignore. From tailgate conversations to social media threads, discussions about his first game, potential touchdowns, and signature catches dominate the discourse, creating a wave of anticipation that transcends typical fan enthusiasm. Sports bars across Philadelphia have reported unprecedented interest in Eagles games, with reservations filling up quickly as supporters jockey for prime viewing spots, eager to witness Beckham's inaugural performance firsthand. Analysts speculate that the team's merchandising strategy has already reaped benefits, as Beckham-branded apparel and collectibles have experienced a surge in demand that rivals even the most anticipated player signings in recent NFL history. The electric energy around Beckham's presence is amplified by speculation on how his dynamic playmaking ability might alter the team's offensive schemes, with quarterbacks and receivers rumored to be reconfiguring their approach in practice to maximize synergy with the star wide receiver. Rumors persist that opposing teams are already strategizing intensively, attempting to decipher how to counteract Beckham's agility, route-running precision, and uncanny ability to make contested catches under pressure. Discussions of potential Hall of Fame trajectories are being casually interwoven into casual fan chatter, reflecting the broader fascination with Beckham's career accomplishments and his potential impact on Philadelphia's storied football tradition. Sports analysts, some cautiously optimistic and others openly exuberant, have begun forecasting scenarios in which Beckham's presence could catalyze deep playoff runs, elevating the Eagles from contenders to legitimate Super Bowl threats. The narrative is so pervasive that even local businesses are capitalizing on the buzz, promoting themed events and merchandise drops tied to Beckham's arrival. The city itself seems to pulse with renewed energy as commuters, students, and casual passers-by alike contribute to the growing hum of excitement. Every social media post, every news update, every whispered speculation at a corner cafe reinforces the idea that Beckham's signing is not merely a roster change. It is a cultural phenomenon that has reshaped the landscape of Philadelphia football fandom. The conversation is constant, the energy unrelenting, and the expectations soaring, as fans, analysts, and casual observers alike anticipate the ways in which Odell Beckham Jr. might redefine the very notion of excitement in professional football. In locker rooms and practice facilities, rumors swirl around how quickly Odell Beckham Jr. will acclimate to his new teammates and the Eagles' complex offensive system. Coaches are reportedly adjusting practice rotations, focusing on timing, chemistry, and the subtle nuances that might ensure a seamless transition for Beckham into a team that has historically relied on methodical strategy and precision execution. Speculation abounds that the coaching staff is not only leveraging Beckham's individual talent, but also envisioning schemes that exploit mismatches, spread the field, and enhance quarterback decision-making in ways previously unattainable. Sports commentators are debating the potential ripple effects on other receivers, with some suggesting that Beckham's arrival could elevate overall performance levels, while others fear that it might disrupt existing hierarchies within the receiving corps. Analysts are also delving into the psychological dimensions of such a high-profile signing, examining how Beckham's competitive fire and charisma might inspire veteran players while challenging younger athletes to step up their game. Rumors persist regarding the potential for dynamic trick plays, unexpected formations, and audacious deep passes designed to maximize Beckham's ability to make game-changing plays in critical situations. Fans and sports journalists alike speculate about the first public practice appearance, imagining crowds gathering around the facility, hoping to witness even glimpses of Beckham's signature agility and athleticism in drills. Conversations revolve around his expected impact on critical matchups, including divisional rivalries where every touchdown could carry immense weight in playoff positioning. Social media speculation fuels anticipation, with animated discussions dissecting potential receptions, route combinations, and moments that could define Beckham's tenure in Philadelphia. Analysts are predicting that the first few games could set the tone for the season, framing Beckham's integration as a pivotal storyline in the broader narrative of the Eagles' pursuit of excellence. Every interview, every leaked practice clip, every insider comment contributes to a growing tapestry of expectations, rumors, and excitement, underscoring the high-stakes environment that Beckham is entering. The intensity of attention from fans, media, and fellow players creates an environment ripe for both dramatic on-field moments and unexpected storylines, ensuring that every move Beckham makes will be scrutinized, celebrated, or debated with relentless enthusiasm. As anticipation builds, whispers and conjecture surrounding Odell Beckham Jr., his first game, continue to dominate the sport conversation in Philadelphia and beyond. Fans are feverishly speculating about the scenarios that could unfold, imagining highlight reel receptions, game-winning touchdowns, and awe-inspiring athletic feats that could instantly justify the city's excitement and the franchise's faith in acquiring such a high-profile player. Analysts are breaking down potential matchups, predicting how defensive coordinators might scheme specifically to contain Beckham, while simultaneously debating the likelihood that his elite skills will create mismatches too challenging for opponents to manage effectively. Rumors also suggest that ticket demand for upcoming home games has already reached unprecedented levels, with fans eager to witness history in the making firsthand, fueling a surge in secondary market activity and stadium buzz. Social media feeds are flooded with fan art, highlight compilations from Beckham's past performances, and animated discussions comparing him to other marquee players, all of which serve to amplify the frenzy surrounding his Eagles debut. Sports commentators speculate on how Beckham's presence might influence team morale, with suggestions that his arrival could spark a revitalization of confidence and intensity among teammates. Even casual observers are swept up in the excitement, debating the timing of potential plays, the coordination between Beckham and the quarterback, and the emotional impact of key moments on both the team and its fan base. The city's collective imagination is running wild, with every conceivable play scenario dissected, praised, or criticized in anticipation of the season opener. Conversations at local cafes, offices, and social hubs are dominated by discussions of Beckham's athleticism, versatility, and potential to redefine games with his signature agility and creativity. Analysts predict that his integration will be closely watched not only by Eagles fans but by the entire league, with rival teams meticulously observing his tendencies, strengths, and potential weaknesses. As rumors continue to proliferate, the excitement surrounding Odell Beckham Jr.'s debut transcends ordinary speculation, becoming a cultural event that encapsulates the hopes, dreams, and fervent expectations of a city eager to witness a new chapter in its storied football history. The ongoing buzz is a testament to Beckham's enduring star power, suggesting that the anticipation will only grow as kickoff approaches, with every touchdown, reception, and dramatic play amplifying the narrative of his transformative impact on the Philadelphia Eagles. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.